Alright everybody, today I will be doing a video that has been requested by a few people. One of my friends, one of my subscribers, and I've seen it a couple times on my YouTube feed and stuff like that, so I thought it would be a good idea to do it since now we have kind of like a good sample to choose from. I'm going to be doing a Yeezy Boost 700 comparison between the V1 and the V2. Just to kind of give you guys like a good idea of like which one should you buy. Like if you're in the market for 700, should you buy the OG ones or like at least the 700 V1s, or should you buy the 700 V2s? I'll try to get my best, opinion on it. Obviously, don't completely base your buying options off of me. If you can try these on, I know that's weird to say. If you can try these on in any way, I would try both of them on, trying to get a good idea of it for yourself. After watching this video, just to give yourself, two options, like Tyler's opinion and what I think, kind of compare them and make the decision on your own. Don't, like I said, don't completely base it off me, because I'd feel bad if you bought them and you're like, well, these are trash. Like, I told you not to base it off me. So, I guess we'll just start with overall build. Overall build, they look almost the same. They have the same sole. As you can see, this one obviously is darker, so it's harder to see, but they have the same sole. They have the two pockets on the back where it's orange on this one, gray on this, or geode color, I guess you want to call it. The sole is completely the same, just different colors. They both have Boost, so that's one thing to keep in mind, is they are both Boost shoes. There's no difference between there. So if you're looking, if you're like worried that one's not going to be as comfortable, they're both basically the exact same sole and undersole as well. As you can see, just different colors. As far as lacing goes, I believe they're almost the exact same. The difference between the lacing is on the V2, there's like, towards the top, there's these eyelets that it goes through. Whereas on the V1, it's all this, where it just kind of goes through the side of the shoe. Instead, on the V2, it's got these eyelets. Don't know if that makes the biggest difference to everybody. Here's the V1. But this just has straight lacing, where you can see it. The other one has eyelets at the top. So that's one difference between the two lacing systems, I guess if you want to call it. Does it really make a difference? No, not really. They both tighten the exact same way. It's just kind of like an appearance kind of thing. As far as materials on the shoes, they're basically almost the same. They both have the suede toe box. I believe it's suede on both of them. Yeah, suede on both of them. I was just double checking myself. They both have the suede toe box. As you can see, it's the same design on the toe box. They both have the little mud guard thingy on the front. Where they differ is going to be the sides. That's the biggest difference between the two. Here you can see the V1 side, where it's got the two little 3M hits on the back, and it's kind of got this washy, wavy kind of thing. And then on the V2, as you can see the side of it, it's more of like an organic kind of look, where it's got like swooshing, and there's no two hits, it's just one like giant one, where it's got the back comes into like an arch almost. Whereas the back of the V1 doesn't really do that. It just kind of is there. As you can see, it's just kind of there. It's got these little holes on the back. So that's one big difference between the two, is just the overall look of them. I would say the V2 is more organic looking. The V1 is more stylistic looking. I think that's that would be my opinion. There's still, each one of them still has places underneath the upper, like leather and suede, where it's, it's breathable. V1 has mesh, whereas the V2 is kind of like almost like a knitting. As you can see right there, it's like a knitting. It's not as soft of a mesh as the V1. Whereas the V1 has this mesh right here. It's pretty soft and breathable, and you can feel the difference between the two when you feel them. So yeah, like, it's not only the design of the upper, but it's like the materials used are just a little bit different. There's more like I said, mesh on the V1, whereas it's more of like a not a fly knit, but like a knitting, like Ultra Boost almost on the V2. I think other than just look of the shoes, the biggest difference I've noticed so far is the V1 or the V2 is a lot lighter. Like when you pick these shoes up, you can feel the difference between Hefty Boy and this one's actually pretty light. So when you're wearing them, the V1s you can tell it's a chunky shoe. You know, it's heavy on foot. You feel like you got some heft in your step, which isn't necessarily bad. I like that. I like that there's like an oomph to it when you're wearing it. The V2 almost feels like a 350 V2, to be honest. With how light it is, it's crazy how much lighter they made the shoe. I don't know if it's the materials they used or what they did. But you can definitely tell it's a lot lighter of a shoe, which, that's an opinion thing. If you like lighter shoes, then maybe this one will be better for you. Like I said, I prefer the heftier, especially with wearing this model. I know it's supposed to be a hefty boy, so I prefer the heftier feel of the V1 on foot. But it's a matter of opinion, so you can, if you like hefty, good. If you don't, there's always that. Yeah. I think that's pretty much almost everything. Like I said, comfortability, basically the exact same. They both are comfortable on foot. It's just one's going to be a little bit lighter than the others, but that doesn't really make the biggest difference in my opinion. Like I said, looks-wise, I think the V2 or the V1 is more stylistic, whereas the V2 is more natural looking, like a more natural like flow on your foot. I think the biggest thing when it comes to my opinion, which one is better, between these two, I would have to go with the V1. The colorway is iconic. It's the first iteration. I like the heftier feel on foot. It just feels more of a bulkier shoe and a better built shoe to me. So I would go with the V1 Wave Runner. Now, if we were talking about the mouths or the inertias, I would probably go with the V2. Just because the V2 Geodes, at least, I think look better than the mouths and the inertias, and they're lighter on foot. So you could wear them for longer, and that your foot doesn't get as hot. That's another thing, is when you wear these for a long time, you can feel that your foot starts to get hot. I wore this one for like 8 hours. Didn't feel like my foot was getting hot at all. So, yeah, it's just kind of, I think, the biggest thing to think about is colorway. If, depending on what colorway you get, will basically change the way you think of a shoe. I think, in my opinion, this is the best looking 700 V1 or V2 that's come out so far. That's just my opinion, of course. You can argue with me in the comment section if you want below, but I think this is the best 700 that's come out so far. If they did like a Wave Runner V2, I think that would beat it, because just like the build of it is technically more, I don't know what to call it. It's just a lighter build. It feels a little bit better on foot when you're wearing it for extended amounts of time. And so I think if they did a Wave Runner build of the V2, I think that would be my favorite 700. But until they do that, I'm just not really sold on the colorways. The price is the exact same. So I think it just really comes down to, do you want a heftier, what feels to be better built shoe, or a lighter, more natural looking shoe on foot that you can wear for a longer amount of time without it kind of being uncomfortable in a certain type of way. It's really just your opinion though. Like I said, if you can try them on, give them a shot, see what they feel like. Like I said, they kind of feel the same. You'll just notice a little bit of difference in the weight and then the warmth of your foot. But yeah, so like I said, the winner for me is the 700 V1. I will always choose this shoe over the V2 until they make different colorways that might sell me a little bit more. I will always choose the V1. That's all I got to say about them. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to go and drop a like on it for me. I would really appreciate that. Comment which one's your favorite. Do you like the V1 or the V2? What's your favorite colorway of each? Go and let me know in the comment section below. I would love to hear your guys' opinions. It's a controversial thing. It's like, do I choose the newer one just because it's the newer one, or do I go with an older one, even though it might be a little bit more expensive on the resale market? you know, which one's the one I should go for. In my opinion, it's the V1. You know, other people have different opinions, but that's just how I feel about it. And if you haven't already, subscribe to stay up to date on everything I do upload on this channel. There'll probably be more Supreme stuff coming next week. We'll see what kind of shoes I can maybe cop in the next couple weeks. I will try my best to get some decent content up for you guys to watch in the next few days and weeks. That's it for now, though. Thank you guys for watching so much, and until next time, peace out, guys.